Who is Ken Abangi? Before you even start to talk about all this amazing art here, who is Ken Abangi?
Well, Ken Abangi is a youth from Busia County, but I currently stay in Kiambu, near Kijabe Hospital.
Okay.
I'm a researcher by profession, so I do this art as a part-time job.
Okay.
Yes.
How? When did you start?
I started this back in 2021, so I'm just 2 years old in this. Yes, I'm not a born artist. I learned how to do this.
Wait, so you had the passion of doing art and everything?
Yes, I have interest in art. So the first time I came across this type of art was when I was buying a gift for someone. Not my girlfriend, but it was a mentorship program I was doing in my past job. So I wanted to gift someone who had really grasped what I was training them. So when I came across this type of art, I bought one piece, and because of its uniqueness, people were amazed by how it was. So they really wanted to know how to get them. So I started buying from the place I bought and selling to people. Then after some time, I thought of how I can do it myself.
How long did it take for you to learn? Because okay, looking at this one, the clock, which you're explaining earlier, this one has just literally so many things involved in it. It's actually literally a clock, and it's I think it's actually telling us the right time.
Yes.
Approximately. Yeah, but it is actually. Yeah. Wow. I mean, how long do you take to learn this?
Well, the skill behind it is just knowing how to arrange those patterns using the materials here.
Okay.
The materials I use is just sand, black sand, white sand, brown sand, and these grass sticks. These are grass sticks.
Okay.
So everything you are seeing here is either grass sticks or sand.
So what do you do with the sand?
So what you do with the sand is you must, first of all, you must have the image that you want to appear. You want it to appear on the on the art as the art. So what you do, you even don't need to be someone who knows how to draw. You just need to maybe download that image, print it in A3, then now you use glue to stick that sand until it brings out the image that you want.
Where do you get black sand? I mean, walking around, I don't know the last time I ever saw black sand. Maybe huko Kisii ulikuwa natembea mahali there. Maybe that's the last time I saw black sand.
Black sand.
Are these materials easily accessible?
Yes, they're easily accessible. Black sand, I get it from the lake region, Migori. That's where I get black sand. I just send people who are there, they parcel it to me. Then white sand, I get it from coast. Then the grass sticks, mostly common in western region, and in plenty in Uganda. So sometimes I go even up to Uganda to get these materials. Yes.
So even for the black sand, you want to tell me that it is quite a lucrative if nianze biashara ya kuuza black sand. Sahi but then kuna pesa.
Well, I don't think you'll have a lot of customers. Because
it has its own specific clientele.
Yeah, if you realize how maybe you can use it, you can get customers. Because I don't buy, I just send money for people who can collect them for me, and then it's something you just go to the lake and collect.
So your first piece was which piece?
My first piece was that one, the eagle.
Oh, the eagle.
Yes.
Okay. You mentioned earlier while we were listening to some Fally Ipupa that is your favorite piece. Why?
It's my favorite because this is one piece that I've sold so many times. People really love it, and I think it's because of.
Hold up. So you have made a replica of this quite a number of times.
This is like my 10th piece of this type. When
you compare the first piece and the 10th one, is it exactly the same, or there's always a little bit of restructuring here and there?
No, maybe the finishing is it improves as you continue doing. The more you do it, the more you get more ideas on how to make it better. So only the finishing part, but the image itself, it's just the same.
I can see the map of Africa.
Yes.
An eagle, and that's a baby eagle.
Yes.
Okay. What's a baby eagle's name, by the way?
Oh, I'm not sure.
But then why is it your favorite though? And what were you thinking when you made that piece?
I think there's these 7 principles of an eagle, where people associate eagle with soaring to higher heights. So it gives you the inspiration to stand up and do whatever you can do. So the ego, there's principle about the ego, and then the Africa part, Africanicity. Yeah, that's why it's my favorite. So when even I don't have an order, I must have this piece in my room, because you look at it, you just it gives you a sense to just it relieves stress.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did it take, the first one now, when you're making it?
The first one.
How long did it take to
because
make it?
now I do it as part-time, mostly during evenings and maybe weekends. It took me a week, because I do it, I try to learn. Maybe I've made a mistake somewhere, I correct. But currently, I can take only 3 days as part-time. But if it's full-time, maybe from morning to evening, it's just 1 day.
Right.
Then I'll be done with it.
This beautiful black woman on right here, is she someone special, someone in your life, or it's just a random black woman that you decided to have the mosaic art on the canvas?
This is not someone special. This just she represents the African girl, the beautiful African girl. Yes.
How much do, looking at all these pieces, which is the most expensive one?
The most expensive is the watch, of course, the clock.
The clock?
Yes, because of the cost that goes in with getting the materials for that. Because if you realize it has some background light, maybe when the room is a bit darker, it has some really beautiful background blue light at the background.
Okay.
So you have to put in the cost of that, the cost of the clock itself, and then also even the wood itself, it's more than compared to the others. Okay. So this is the most expensive, and actually this is the first time I've made this piece. So yeah, I'll be trying to make more with different images in it and different maybe colors.
Were you impressed on your first ever? Before turudi kwa bei, utushtue na the amount. Were you impressed when you did the first ever? Ukaangalia ukasema, okay.
Yes, the first time I was impressed. I tried. Yeah, but I know when I do the second one, it will be much better.
How much is it?
Much better. This one.
Nione kama wallet iko na kitu sahi.
This one, depending on who is buying, it ranges between.
So unaangalia mtu unaona mzee amevaa suti anaweza.
Mheshimiwa anafaa toe hata 30k. But this one
mimi common man
between 8,000 to 10,000.
8,000. Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Interesting. I'm actually looking at it and I'm like, after tumaliza you can actually talk about.
Sure, we can bargain.
Tunaweza ongea vizuri?
Yes.
Hautanigonga?
No.
Let's talk about the mosaic art.
Yes.
And why do you prefer this than actually the whole painting and drawing?
Well, I prefer this because for this, first you don't have to be a born artist. It's something I can train you, and after 1 month you're also doing this. The next thing is the materials that we are using. These are natural materials, easily degradable. So environmentally it's friendly. Yes. And it's unique because most people are used to painting. So, and you see people who really appreciate art, they really want something that is quite unique, something that you will find at their place and
true.
not any other place.
I mean, I do love art, and I do love an art piece that I'd be in the sitting room on the sofa, and I'm looking at it on the wall, and it just really, as you were mentioning, it relieves ile stress umetoka nayo, and you're just looking at it, and each and every single day, you feel like I'm looking at something new, and I'm seeing something new in that art piece.
Yeah.
Ulkunongelelea, about you teaching me.
Yes.
Since 2021, are there people that you've started mentoring?
Well, people show interest, but now the logistics part of now meeting them and training them is a bit a challenge. But in the next 2 weeks, I have some people that I need to train in Kisii. There is an organization called Icons Hub.
Kisii wapi naona kama unajua mimi nilizaliwa huko naona kama ni za
Kisii,
nikuja nitafute ndizi huko pia.
Mwalimu Hotel, Mwalimu Hotel?
I've seen it somewhere.
Yes,
there's Kisii Town.
Yes, Kisii Town.
Kisii Town, yeah.
Around they call it Mashauri, Mashauri Junction.
Hapo sasa kidogo umeanza
Okay, it's near just next to the governor's office.
Okay.
Yeah. There's an organization called Icons Hub. There is I think it's the director called Cyprian Nyakundi. I met him some time back. He also loved my pieces, and he wants me to come and teach a number of youths and women who have interest in this. And in Kisii, I think they will also be exploring to use banana fibers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you charge to train and teach, or it's giving back to the society?
No, I don't think I'll charge for training. I think that's giving back and helping someone have something to help them maybe have a living.
Wow.
So I don't think I don't charge. Even if you come for training, the same way I was not charged. Well, the person who was supposed to train me on this, the person I was buying from actually, was hesitant on training me because he knew when I know this, he will lose market because actually buying lots of pieces from him. So he didn't, but when the first time when I tried and did it and showed to him, he didn't feel bad. He was so encouraged. He was impressed at how I did it myself and came out with. So currently he's not doing this because he said I've outshined him.
The student became the
yes,
teacher.
But we still work together. So when I'm busy, sometimes I tell him to make frames for me so that I just take very little time to now do the art in the frames.
Normally in such kind of a business, there's always learning the art skills and then the marketing skills.
Yes.
Do you feel like so far ume balance zote mbili? Yes, you can finish an art piece, and then now there's you can have it, but then there's the other whole bit of actually making sure that this art piece sells. Do you feel like ume learn those skills, marketing?
Not really. Marketing actually is a challenge. Yes, marketing is a challenge, and sometimes I think you see the challenge with marketing, and mostly maybe when you are doing marketing online, such pieces, when I compare, when someone sees them online, it doesn't really give them the real picture of how this art looks like. But when they have it physically and they're looking at it, they are really amazed. So sometimes someone looks at the art, you tell them the price, and they're not really convinced that that art can go at that price. But you meet someone, you have the art, and they look at it, you tell them the price, they take it without even bargaining. So marketing has been, it's quite a challenge. It's easier when someone sees the art and buys than maybe unless if it's someone that knows you and they've already bought from you, they know what they're buying from you.
And true story, I was going through your Twitter page, and I saw this one here of the elephant. Then later on, start keenly looking, that I realized, there's actually, I think that's a horse.
Yes.
There's actually also a dog there.
Yes.
But then now when I actually saw it here, I was like, wow, this is something whole different.
Yes.
Do you mostly, when you're marketing, do most people reach out via the digital space or physical?
Well, just a few. They will just inquire maybe the price and how they can get, and that's how they vanish. But when most people have sold to are those that come as referrals. Maybe they've seen my art at a friend's place. They like them, and now they ask for my contacts. Then it's now easier to just parcel the art to them, because at least they know they've seen it, so it's easier for them to believe what they are paying for. Yes.
Your biggest clientele, where do they come from?
Well, my biggest client is my first ever client. Yes, the first piece, well, I think it's not the first piece that I made, that she bought from me, because I had bought, now when I started selling them, I bought one just for my place. Then she was my neighbor. Then she saw the piece and she bought it. And now that's how I realized this can be a business. So the more I continued bringing new pieces, the more she wanted to have them. So she has continued buying from me. Even this clock, she's having plans to get it.
Oh,
so
okay.
She has continued supporting me. She even refers some clients to me. So she's someone that really supports good things, and she loves art.
But then, apart from her, looking at other counties, where do most of your clients come from?
Kisumu.
Kisumu?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, actually there are other places that people, few appreciate art. For instance, no offense, I stayed in Kisii for around...
You really had to start with no offense.
I stayed in Kisii for around 8 months.
Those guys don't like art.
They won't even ask what this is. Yeah.
But then there are the soap the soap carvings. I mean.
Yeah, sure. They have it. The soapstone.
Yeah, the soapstone's carvings.
Yeah.
And this brings me to my whole next bit, museums and art galleries. Do you feel like we do have enough art galleries in the country that people can actually come and explore some of this? Because if, as you mentioned, let's say where you stayed, people maybe they hadn't explored or had contact with such kind of pieces. But then maybe if they had art galleries, they would have actually been interested in it.
Well, remember, I'm new in this, and I've not been in many art forums and maybe places where I can take my pieces, maybe just for viewing and people that can buy. So I'm still exploring my options on how to make my art, be known out there. And maybe I'm yet to meet the right people who will guide me.
Okay.
Yes.
And we speak of matters, meeting the right people. Who is that one artist in Kenya or even globally that you've always wanted to meet? An artist that you say, I'd want to, learn from this person.
Wow.
Have you ever asked yourself that question?
No.
You've never?
No. But
is there that one artist unaangalianga hivi unasema I'd want to, I mean this guy's work is quite interesting?
The one I look up to is someone already I know. Yeah. He's called Robin.
Okay.
Yes.
And outside the country, which other country do you feel like has quite interesting, bits of art?
I think Egypt. Egypt has some good art. Yes. Egypt.
Okay.
But even in Kenya, people are really talented.
Okay.
It's just maybe they are not yet out there. People have not known about them, but people are really talented out here. Yes.
Indeed.
They are. So it's just a matter of people, getting a platform where they can, showcase their pieces, and they'll be out there. Yes.
So where can people meet you and buy all this art? Social media platforms?
Yeah, they can maybe contact me via Facebook or Twitter. Facebook or Twitter, Ken Abangi.
Ken Abangi.
Yes.
All that.
Yes.
Any last words as we wrap up?
Well, just to encourage any person out there who has interest in anything, and tell them that if you have an interest, you can really do it, and better than you can imagine.
Right.
Yes.
Hii si umesema utanigonga?
Wacha tutaongea hapo nyuma ya tent.
Tutaongea nyuma ya tent. Thank you very much Ken Abangi for coming through.
Thank you.
And hopefully nitaongea yangu yote vizuri. At Ken Abangi, you can always follow him on Facebook and Twitter, and look at all this particular, actually, I mean, there are quite a lot. They couldn't really, fit here, but then there are quite a lot of them. You can take a look at his social media at Ken Abangi and see which kind of art yenye imekubamba zaidi. Alafu, you DM him and you tell him, your clock ilinipendeza sana, or this one on your screens right now, and you say, wacha ninunue hiyo. You're watching Feel Good Friday right here on Morning Cafe. Let's take a short break. We can wrap it up with some tumalize na hiyo falipupa yako.
Sure.
Your favorite one.
Yeah.
All right.